This is TeleDoc on the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to show you the channel we are in for Thursday. We ended the day at $28.92, up a whopping 26.95%. Congratulations if you've made some money off of this stock. Volume at 38 million shares traded when we typically see just 9 million shares traded. It has a market cap of $4.733 billion. Thank you to Murat for pointing this stock out. He told me actually on Tuesday that he thought this stock was going to fly soon, and boy, did it ever. He said that people have forgotten that TDOC has fallen by 95%. The price is low as before COVID, but the revenue is many times higher, and for me to check it out on the daily and the weekly charts, and I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But this is where we ended. To the north side of that takes us to 2 standard deviations, and that is roughly $30.30. And of course, if we get there, we will have surpassed the TradingView price target of $29.75. We are very close. Now, above that, a gap forms to the upside starting at $31.70. 3 standard deviations is very close, $31.93, $33.40, and that gap closes all the way to the north side at $55.70. We are not in that zone just yet, but I just wanted to show that to you. Now, to the south side, back at the middle of the trend takes us to roughly $27.26. And if we are up here, this would turn into support. Now, below that is another gap, but this one to the downside starting at $24.32. Negative 2 standard deviations is $24.15. It closes out at $22.79. Negative 3 standard deviations, $22.61. And negative 4 standard deviations is $21.03. The RSI is at 56. Let me switch this over to the daily time frame. We are right here at 2 standard deviations, and if we are down here and we are riding all the way up to here, this would be considered resistance. And what happens at resistance? People tend to take their profits and they run. So I do anticipate a little bit of a sell-off on the daily time frame because this is a critical area right here. The 1-year price target right there. And above that at 3 standard deviations on the daily takes us to 32.58 and finally 35.87. To the south side, see that gap right there? The middle of the trend takes us to 22.42, and hopefully we are looking ahead and not looking back and going south. But just to show you the window to the south side at negative 2 standard deviations takes us all the way back down to 1578. And the RSI is at 67, nearing a critical point here. So if this hits this zone of 70 and above, which is overbought, and then we are at this line, I will anticipate a sell-off. The stock could be grinding to the side before taking another leg up, but there will be some pullback. And this is a look at it on the weekly time frame. So this is the big picture here. A lot of levels to get to before we get to 55 if we close out that gap. I've tracked this stock many times in the past as well. So on the weekly, we are at 55 on the RSI, plenty of room to go to the upside. And if we take this to the monthly, the RSI shows us that we are basically just taking off from the oversold zone, where this is an area where people tend to buy the dip and ride it to the rip over here. Look, we've got a lot of room to the upside on the monthly time frame, and this is basically if you are investing, you're not worried about getting in and getting out. You just want to take some quick profits, scalping or day trading or just doing a longer swing trade. But that is it for TeleDoc. If there is a stock that you would like me to check out, please let me know. And thank you for watching.